Hello, this is Bright Spark, and welcome to part 15 of Rift of Shadows. Let's get right into it. Needletail was shocked when she of all cats received a vision. The wild spirit made sure she had the chance to fully see what laid out before her in the dream the spirit made. Needletail received a reassuring nod from it before she was plunged into the dark dream. Needletail was surprised to see her old clanmates from ages ago. She saw Sleekpaw, Yarpaw, and even Juniperpaw, and even more of her old den mates. They were wandering through the forest, but instead of looking skinny and tired, they looked well-fed and well-groomed. Something unexpected for supposedly traveling cats. Then she realized this was in real time. They looked older, more fit. Some even had scars across their pelts and bulky muscles under them. But then more cats appeared in the background. Behind them, others looking just as rugged. The wild spirit then walked right by the group of cats, somehow not being seen by any of them. Fully expected by Needletail, since no one but her and Alderheart had ever seen the wild spirit. Silently, it nodded to the former apprentices, as if to tell her, "Look, they're still here and they are important." Then it moved through the bushes, bringing her vision with it, as if she was walking alongside the spirit. It stopped right before another shape of a cat, who was going the same direction as the others, but really well hidden. Needletail took a closer look at the cat, and it stepped into the small patch of sunlight on the forest floor. Her hollow yellow eyes looked up, and she stopped moving forward. Something was familiar about this cat, but Needletail couldn't put a paw on it. But as the spirit moved closer, the cat crouched and hissed. "Leave me alone," she spat, running away from the spirit, not making a sound. It looked at Needletail with soulless eyes. She understood somehow. This cat was important. But Needletail couldn't help but shake the feeling that inside her something dark creaked. She was dangerous. After the spirit ended her vision, she thought back to what caused them to leave in the first place. All of the apprentices agreed that Roanstar was unfit as a leader in Shadow Clan, and everyone had rebelled against him. But as they all decided to leave to seek out territory elsewhere, Needletail decided to stay. She didn't know exactly why, but she felt drawn to it. Maybe it was her meetings with Alderheart and how they really felt. Or maybe the wild spirit somehow influenced her. But once she told her fellow apprentices, they turned on her. They left soon after, leaving Needletail all alone. But nowadays, it was better with Alderheart, and Twigbranch too. They almost felt like kin to her. She was sad to see Twigbranch go on her journey, however. She missed the young cat's company. But she knew that her destiny was becoming a reality with her journey. Another successful raid against the broken remnants of SkyClan. Great if Crow didn't screw it up again, though. She had almost caught 2 stragglers, one of them the son of the acting leader of the group, and another she couldn't quite get a look at. Somebody knew, though, that's for sure. But that ghost was back. Not one from her bursts of voices screaming at her. She had controlled those for the most part, but the one who kept following her everywhere. She had lost her nerve and let those 2 get away, but the important part was the kin knew where their new camp was. When they arrived back at the kin's camp, she snuck off, not bothering to run into perfect little Sleekwhisker, who never did anything wrong and always had the best strategies. Darktail really was a big supporter of the former Shadow Clan cats, and it aggravated Crow to the core. Sleekwhisker and the other former clan cats had joined a few moons ago when they were wandering away from the other clans. They had joined immediately, Darktail's values apparently being exactly what they were looking for. They were essentially the golden crew. Their skill was well appreciated by the kin. Whatever. She had the real talent anyways. She was the one who had taken down the SkyClan medicine cat. She was helpful, see? She flicked her ears as she began to hear the she-cat's desperate scream of horror as Crow killed her. She felt her blood on her paws, and the voices began again. She shook her head and got to her feet. A cat was watching her nearby, staring at her oddly. "Shut up!" she snapped. But as soon as the cat was there, it seemed to fade into the background. Great, another ghost. StarClan, this was getting annoying. On top of the voices, she had the ability to see ghosts as well. Not just the darkness cat, but others. They almost never bothered her, though, and always seemed surprised that she could even see them. "Lucky them," she muttered. She stalked away to the river, eager to begin training again to work off her anger. A little while ago, when she was exploring her area, she had found that the ground had hauled out by the skyrock had caved in, causing the rock from the small waterfall to be exposed. She had slept there ever since. She liked being alone, but Darktail always knew where she was, and she liked that only he knew. She worked out her anger for a little bit, and eventually Darktail had somehow snuck up on her. Not your best game today, huh? She paused, shocked at him sneaking up on her. Normally this comment would upset her, but he seemed calm and genuinely seemed to care about her answer. Crow shrugged. You could say that. Is there a reason why? She thought about her memories replaying in her head, and the voices talking to her, screaming. Not particularly, she trailed off. Something in Darktail's face darkened. Crow, was it something having to do with your sister? Crow froze. Twig? She spat. What does this have to do with her? Darktail went on, looking calmer. Nothing. I'm just worried about you. You need to stay focused. Crow scoffed. Fine. She wanted to tell him about the voices in her head, but decided against it. He'd think she was weak. You know what? She'd impress him somehow. She knew where the SkyClan camp was. She could plan something. She would show Darktail her potential. With a makeshift bundle of important forest materials full of pine cones and various other two-legged junk she found near Thunderpass, she made her way across the territory. Her plan would be to wait and kidnap the acting leader. She was about to set up when a growl came from the trees. Startled, she dropped the materials in her leaf pack and scrambled to pick them up. Crow, Sleek Whisker and her stupid friends said, exiting the brush. She flicked her tail in annoyance. What are you doing? Did you follow me or something? Actually, we did. We're here to stop you from messing everything up again. You're not capable of pulling off any mission, despite infiltrating SkyClan by yourself. Crow felt furious. She unsheathed her claws. She knew Darktail wouldn't appreciate her fighting Sleek Whisker. It's too bad he had to find out how much of a failure you were. Oh, Sleek Whisker, you piece of fox dung. She was asking for it. With a yowl, she flung herself at Sleek Whisker, and in a tussle of fur they fought. Yarleaf and Spikefur, who had come with her, sat watching smugly. To Crow's shock, Sleek Whisker was winning. She began to fight with the intention to kill, just like Darktail showed her, and began to not hold back. Who's there? A voice shouted from the bushes, and the fighting cats stopped, tensely trying to bring their harsh breathing to a halt. We need to get out of here, Sleek Whisker hissed, and motioned for the cats who would come with her to start sprinting. It's the kin! They know we're here! Another voice shouted, getting closer. Crow growled and managed to flee up a tree. She was an excellent climber. She gazed down at the cats that came into view, looking battle-ready. To their surprise, no cat was there. I just missed them, the cat who appeared to be the acting leader of SkyClan said. His son sighed and nodded reassuringly. At least it wasn't another attack. Wait, what's this? A strange cat Crow hadn't seen among the SkyClan cats before asked. She was poking at her pack. Mouse dung, she forgot her supplies down there. The son of the leader tensed as he saw the leaf. She's here! Angry, Crow decided it was right that she should climb down and just forget her stuff and leave. But something caught her before she left. The strange cat looked up in the trees, almost sensing a presence. Those green eyes. No. It couldn't be. She turned and left with the other SkyClan cats. How is she alive? Voices prickled her ears. Then all of a sudden, Crow lost her control. She heard them scream. Alright, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this, tell me in the comments what you think is going to happen next and what show this is inspired from. Bye!